from just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introduction a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get between the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Ready? Come on, dude. Check 24. Check 56. 56.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, that's big time. That's big time. Let's work. Come on. Game time. Game time.
Ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. They can't hang with us.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes Pettis on the return. Bust through the tackle. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first 2. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Here we go. Like 20. Pick it up. Mike 50. Hey, gun. Go ahead.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Blue down. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 50.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 37-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Garoppolo gives to Breida. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Play action. Now it's Allen. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Allen to throw it. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, Allen, he'll buy some time right. And he finds Howard complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, fighting off the defender. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here we go. Wait, you ain't going nowhere. Trips. On 42. He's coming off the edge. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Now on 2nd and 16. Garoppolo Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Allen now looks to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Hey, check my 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50. And we got to get to the ball.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try to run with Breida. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida as the first half is winding down. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Allen now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before half for Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
And got his man complete. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. They go play action here on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
You know, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Allen. And the grab by Croft. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, here we go. 54.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, come on now, come on now.
Now a run with Cook. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd down, Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. D. Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's Allen. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, orbit.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. There's that man again. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 40. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. in for the score, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rush coming, and he's taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Wide, get wide. Hey, home. Smooth.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 6 there on first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And the Niners get there and bring him down. D Ford getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he will find his man on the outside. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
12 yards there and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Into the secondary again. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Go, go.
56, right there, 56. Squeeze.
Throwing on first down is Allen. It's complete to Brown, right side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Allen going to throw. That's caught by Howard. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, let's go.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Here we go.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Wild Bill. 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Howard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Howard. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Five.
To throw is Allen. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. He's back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Allen to throw. That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
A 41-yard gain. And a 49er first down.
So now it'll all come down to Robbie Gould. This from 51 yards for the win. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the 49ers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week.